per frame, and it shows it to you live using the software. I'm using just one monitor here, Chris, and I've got about 3/4 of the screen dedicated to the Mallin Sky software, and I've also got the NSN is using about 1/4 of the screen, so I basically see a little bit of the image. I've got a little window to see what you guys are talking about, and the other one is for the I'm monitoring the CPU on this thing, and I'm monitoring also a split cam. Okay, let's do another experiment. I'm at 25 seconds, and I think we're just lucky that we've got a decent image as far as tracking is concerned. I'm going to bump that up to 30 seconds. This is something I can't do normally. Not too often, I'll tell you. So here goes 30 seconds instead of 25. We've got clouds. We're looking through clouds at the moment, folks. Quite a lot of clouds, actually. Yeah, we're going to see more AMGLOW at the moment. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4. The next refresh is going to be 30 seconds. Oh, there you go. It is brighter. Stars are starting to get bent out of shape because my tracking is not good. Yeah, I could do that, Jack, but right now I just want to focus on what I need to do. Just let me do that. I need to check out the stars. I need to check out the background, the hot pixels, and all of that good stuff. And I'll be able to zoom on it after. But right now, I just need to see the field of view, and especially the tracking. As you can tell, the stars are getting egg shape a little bit, and that's because of my tracking. Being in Altaz, it doesn't help at all. So I'm discovering here my limit is about 30 seconds. Exposure in Altaz, not guided, no stacking, no filters, no nothing. So what I want to do is go to the gamma and increase the gamma furthermore. We're going to pump that up to 1.60. Okay, there you go. Now we got a decent background. There's also the brightness and contrast. We could still adjust on top of that. Well, the resolution dictates the size of it. Resolution also could mean the ability to resolve. And for resolving, I find the extreme in them is quite there compared to this. This is a whole different scenery. This is a whole different avenue here. It's a USB camera, USB 3 camera, but it can broadcast. It's just different. It gives you a much wider field of view. I'm kind of pleased what I'm looking at because I do have a wider field of view. But here's the thing. If I would have a focal reducer that gives me even lower F ratio, which is going to be difficult on a bigger chip, that means I would be able to cut back the exposure even more. So here at the moment, I've got the, I got to stick with the 30 seconds. What I want to do is find a medium, basically. Well, I guess we could stick to the 30. I would like to go back to about the 25-second exposure. I think it gave me what I wanted as far as stars concerned, like showing the, it was showing less the tracking error. So I'm going to go back at 25 seconds, and you'll see the image going to dim a little bit. Then I'm going to turn the dome and photograph the darkness of the dome, and we're going to take a couple of dark field subtraction and see how it goes. So again, this is, here we go, 25. This is 25-second exposure. That looks pretty good. It's all right. So I'm going to go on the other side, folks, turn the dome, and we're going to take a couple of a dark field subtraction, and we're going to apply that to the image. So pay attention to all the hot pixels and warm pixels, AMGLOW, and all the garbage on there, and I think we're going to be just fine once we've got that. And then Jack, I'll be able to and use the zoom. As you can see, for the past while I've been broadcasting now with this, M82 started in the middle of the screen. Now it's on top. So my tracking is not too good. I'm in Altaz. That's something that you shouldn't do, and but it is possible with video, for these videos anyways, and short exposure as well. Well, I'm going to keep the reason I went back from 30 to down to 25 seconds, Chris, is because I like the stars were rounder. That means it shows the tracking error far less. And right now I've got the gamma set at 1.60. I'm going to bring that down to about 1.55 just to give me a little bit better background. So let's wait for that. And after that, I'm going to leave the histogram the way it is, which is, here comes the new gamma settings. There you go. I've got the histogram is set at 0 and 99 at the moment. We might as well say 100. And I'm going to leave it the way it is. The gamma is at 1.55. We're going to leave that. Everything else is the same. Gain's at 25 and exposure is 25 seconds. So I'm going to go turn the dome because the inside of my dome is black and there's no light. So I'll be able to take a dark frame that way, or not a dark frame, a dark field correction. We're going to apply to it and I'll be right back. So bear with me. Oh, this is 8 bits, by the way. I want to try it under the worst condition, Chris. I'm not looking for perfection. I want to do this at 8-bit. I want to do this with the least amount of exposure and see how the software will be able to fix it with the software. Even using short exposure, being in Altaz, and not the proper F ratio. I'd like to see how we're going to evolve here. Okay, so I'm going to leave everything bare bone, no extras, no nothing, no stacking, no filters, no guiding, no none of this. It's bare bone the way I usually do it with a video camera, and this is what we're going to attempt to do at the moment. Actually, just a second here. Give me 1 minute. I am going to stop this, and I'm going to go back to 2-second exposure. And the simple reason is to recenter M82. There we go. Okay, just bear with me for a second here, folks. All right, let's recenter M82. You see, you can't see it anymore on the Night Size Network. I certainly could see it here. So this is the ability that we're losing using a secondary software like Split Cam. Okay, let's go back at 25 seconds. We are going to start out again. And I think it's going to give us what we need to see at the moment. Oh crap. Sorry about that. The mouse slipped. I'm using only one screen and have 3 windows opened up here, so. Okay, there we go. We're back to pretty well centered. All right, give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to go on the other side, turn the dome to make the dome side all dark, and we're going to take a few. I'm probably just going to take 2 dark field correction. I think it should be enough. And we're going to be right back. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I'm going to take 2. Okay, I'll go turn the dome, folks. We're going to take dark field, so you're going to lose the image for a little while. All you're going to see is a bunch of off pixels and 1 pixels and all of that stuff that I enjoy watching all the time. And we'll be right back, and we're going to correct that. So bear with me for a moment. I'll be right back.